Gonna have to take my time today. My knee's giving me some jip. So behind me is the beautiful Haweswater. It's a gorgeous day. It's around 8 and 9 degrees. We've got gusts of around 20 miles an hour at the moment. We are still quite low down though, so I'm expecting the wind to be a little bit higher up on the tops. So I've got a pretty loose plan at the minute. I'm going to head up there, past Small Water, and then pick up Harter Fell. Warming up already. What an incredible afternoon. Dig your camping gear out, folks. I think spring has finally made an appearance, although I expect things to change a little bit when we hit the top. The car's parked down at Mardale Head, just at the side of Haweswater. So the route up to Harter Fell, steady walk, around 2 hours I reckon. The paths are pretty easy going. Odd little bits of rocky staircase. There's one a bit steeper just up from Small Water, but I'll show you that when I get there. But the views, bob on. Very happy. Wind's picking up. This is why those steady walks take longer. Places like this, you just have to stop and have a minute. Worst case scenario, I can pitch here. See how windy it is up there first. Don't fancy spending the night in one of those. So that's the steep bit I was telling you about. There's been one or two really big gusts. I'm expecting it to be blowing a hoolie up there. You can see it on the water. Still pretty straightforward. Just got to lift your knees a little bit more. So I might think it's hard work doing this, but it's so worth it. Incredible views. I know you got to watch where you're going, but you do need to stop and take a look at what you've walked up. That was a big slog. Still got a bit more to do. It's definitely windier now. I'm hoping that I find somewhere decent to pitch the tent. I've dropped off a tiny bit. Still windy though, but the view from here is better. Looks like somebody left in a hurry on another occasion. Three. A bit windy, so we're clipping onto the rucksack. Gonna get my pole ready. Hey, that's looking pretty solid. The wind's not too bad at the minute, about 15. Top gust in 19.4. It's only 4 degrees though, so temperature dropped a little bit. So I've got an excellent view of Haweswater here. I forget whether it's either Blee Water or Blee Tarn. I think it's Blee Tarn. And the other one we walked past was Small Water. Tent's looking pretty solid. Pretty happy with the pitch. It's not perfectly flat. There's always a compromise. 7:10. Sunset's due in about 3/4 of an hour. Barely seen a soul, so no problems pitching up. So I set my Zoleo to ping my location every 30 minutes, so Arjuan knows where I am. Let's have a look. Oh, that's the route, look. So in the morning I'll take the shorter but steeper route back. It's only a couple of miles. Well, that way, then that way. Suppose I better get unpacked. Brought my slippers, look. Stop bringing the electric pump. Something else that you have to charge. Not much of a sunset. Better view now. You can actually open this all the way. I want a little bit of protection though. Ready for a brew and some supper. I'm raiding coffee shops. So you get your little sugar in your sachets. Cheap dinner tonight. Aldi's basmati rice, I think that's about 50p. Morrison's mackerel in a tikka sauce, it's about £1.20 I think. So I thought you had to microwave these, but apparently, break it all up a bit, put it in a pan with just a little bit of water, let it steam for 3 or 4 minutes. Job's a good one. It even says that on the instructions. Should read instructions more often. First bit sorted. Try and keep the rice in the pot. Need that spoon for my dinner. Probably a little bit too much water in there, but I can strain it off. Best brew of the day. Pretty obvious why. Slurping it. Slurp. I've been eating rice and mackerel at home as a quick meal. Pretty good for you, tasty and all. Lots of different flavours, curries, sweet chilies. I don't just use the plate, I don't like the tomato one, it's just a bit tomato-y. Chicken tikka one, chicken tikka, fishy tikka is lovely. It's alright that, doesn't it? Just mix it up a bit. It's been a busy month, so been to NEC twice. First time was the Camping and Motorhome show. That was massive. I don't know if anyone went. There was 5 halls, but it was mainly full of motorhomes and caravans, things like that. Huge, absolutely huge, but there was very little for my kind of stuff. There was one hall that had regular camping, but there was only half a dozen little tents that I saw. We only really went to check out the tent boxes, and we still haven't made our mind up. Yeah, so we were in and out, smash and grab. And the second visit was for the National Outdoor Expo, which was, we were there for 2 days. 2 days solid. Brilliant, absolutely loved it. If you're one of the people that came to say hello, thanks ever so much. Made our weekend. It was non-stop talking to people. Barely saw any gear. I think I spent an hour and a half on the Valley and Peak stand. Other than that, hardly saw a thing. It was just talking to people non-stop. There was subscribers, people that followed us on Instagram. There was other YouTubers there as well. So it was a really good couple of days. Thanks again everybody that showed up. There were some people that that drove a long way just to come and say hello, so we're really grateful for that. That wind's picking up a little bit, I don't know if you can hear it. It's a winner. I'm not sticking my arm out today to see how fast the wind is. So the Met Office is saying 27-30 mile an hour through the night, with gusts 38-39, and then in the morning it's chucking it down. I wouldn't have it any other way. Might be a long night. It's picking up now. I'm gonna chuck the earplugs in, get my head down, and unless the tent blows down or the weather gets any worse, I'll see you in the morning, and when we should have heavy rain. Holding firm though. So this is the side that's taking the most wind. You can see it's bending a bit, but pretty solid. Can feel it on there. This is a rock.
What a beautiful morning. Oh, it's been relentless all night. Right, it's 7 AM. I've had a look at the forecast. It's not going to get any better, so it's going to be like this till this afternoon. I'm not staying in here all afternoon. Yeah, it's a case of there's a little bit, not a window as such, but I think it's not going to be as heavy rain and as heavy wind between 7 and 8, so I'm going to start packing. But dropping the tent is going to be fun, so it's got a feels like of -3, -4 degrees out there, raining, blowing a gale. See if I can film it. Not easy to film, especially when you're filming yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna have a drink and then start packing up.
So this feels like my fair weather opportunity. Tent's cleared. Just got to put a couple of bits in the top along with the tent. So when we get outside, that's when the fun should begin. Pretty crappy out here. Oh! You're gonna have to forgive the audio. It's just what the GoPro's got. Bloody hell. So all the bags are still fastened onto the rucksack. We don't want these blowing off the hill. So although the poles are dropped, everything's still staked out. The wind's blowing that way, so I'm going to work from that end. It's not going anywhere now. Make sure to pick all your bags up. Right, all packed up. Got to try and make my way off this hill now. This is brutal, but I love it. This doesn't even look like the same planet as yesterday. It's a much easier route down, which is what you want when the weather's bad. The last thing you want is, if you get into any sort of trouble, is to have a really technical descent. This has definitely been a game of two halves. Yesterday, walking up was glorious. Perfect sunshine, views are incredible. The Lake District in all its beauty. So there's definitely a bit of Jekyll and Hyde about this place. Overnight the beast had definitely made an appearance. High winds, rain, just starting to get a few views again now we've dropped down under the cloud. So overall, a cracking little adventure. Really happy with how all of my kit performed, especially the tent. The Northern Light now has overtaken the Southern Cross and the Helm for me. However, I do use walking poles, so that's why it works for me. Might not work for everybody, but if I use these anyway, it makes the tent really strong, as well as it being spacious, and it's not too bulky and heavy. So the car's only about 100 yards from here. That's if it's still here. So that's it for this one. I'm going to sign off and say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up button, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.